Hello. Today I decided to wear my expedition jacket because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it takes to become an explorer. Before I went to Antarctica as an explorer with National Geographic Lindblad Expeditions, I had months and months to plan and prepare. I spent time trying to decide what I should pack. I spent time studying about the wildlife so I would know what to look for when I got there. I spent time learning how to use my camera better so I could capture my experience. So many things I did before I even left on my expedition. So that's what we're going to talk today about in Explore Labs. We're going to talk about planning what you're going to explore. So you will be given a pre-expedition or planning guide. And in this guide, you are going to get ready for your expedition so you will have a fabulous time with your project. First thing we want to think about is what sources could you use to learn more about your driving question? Where will you find this information? And I'm going to give you a clue. If you can find information from more than one source, you will have a much better experience. You don't have to use all these sources, but I would like you to use one or more. So, informational books, you can check those out from the library, or Mrs. Weimer and I will be happy to get those books for you. We have access to many great books and we will get them to you. That would be a great resources to read about your question. Another one would be to take a look at websites and online articles. We are going to have a brand new webpage called exploreyorimpact.org. We will have links there for websites that can help you. YouTube videos and films are a great way to learn if you are a visual learner and like to watch how others have done a similar activity. Mentors, that's a word for someone who can help you and teach you. Mentors and experts share what they know so that we can learn more. When I was in Antarctica, we had naturalists that knew so much about the wildlife, and they were my favorite way to learn when I was there, was learning from my mentors. You can do interviews on the phone where you call people and get information that way. You can send out surveys depending on what your project is doing. Podcasts are a great way to learn. And we also will have links to podcasts on exploreyorimpact.org. If you have another way that we haven't thought of, you can click this other box and write it in this blank. On the right side, this is where we would like you to write the types of resources that you think you're going to use for your project, and then just check any of the boxes that apply to what you are going to be doing. Then it's time to start planning. What do you think will be your first step? And how long do you think it will take? What will the next step be? I'm going to also share with you, when I went to Antarctica, I had a plan. I had a plan with my travel, and guess what? One of my plans didn't work. One of the airports were closed, and we had to change our plan. So guess what? This plan needs to be flexible. You're welcome to change your plan as you get into your project. But before you start, you should at least have a roadmap for your driving question. Where do you think it's going to go? What do you think you're going to do first, and then next, and then next? Now, some kids think they're going to jump right in and start doing their project. But I don't think that's the way good exploration happens. We need to have one of our first, second, and third things possibly be all about how you're learning. How are you researching? How are you understanding more about your project? Those should be your first steps, is using these sources that you collected before you got started. And last on this planning page, I want you just to think, how am I going to use this information? Who am I going to share this with when I get all done with my project? Let's pretend that your project was to learn how to bake pies. I need that project. I am not good at baking pies. So in the end, I might say, when I get done learning how to make a successful pie, I might make pies for my grandparents, or I might make a pie for my neighbor. Let's pretend that your project was about coding. When you get done, maybe success for you would look like coding a simple tic-tac-toe game and sharing it with your classmates. So on this part of your plan, it's just helping you see the end goal and what will you do with that goal when you get there. Alrighty, I'm excited to jump in and start planning so you can have a successful expedition and Explorer Labs experience. See you soon.